Hey, happy birthday, David.
Hi, David. Happy birthday.
Wishing you the best. Hope we don't see another pandemic until you're 188 years old.
And we get to see you soon.
And we'll see you soon.
Love you.
Okay, love you. You
Stay
take care.
healthy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Uncle David, what can I say? I've known you for a long time. You held me at my breast. You and Aunt Bryna took care of me when I was an infant and Mom was in the hospital. You were the one I always wanted to be around because I thought you were the funniest man alive. You've always played an outsized role in my life, a larger-than-life figure. I love you so much. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays.
David, how do you get to Tucson? Go out Grove Street? Funny, that's how you told me to go to Buffalo. What do you do with the bagel shop in South Orange? You bring in the suitcase, open it, and say, fill her up. That was before Tucson had real bagels, and you had to import them for the freezer. And the best imports were, of course, from New Jersey. I've got many wonderful and some sad moments when I think of our times together, Dave. Flying to your wedding in Buffalo and hanging out with you and Bryna was really wonderful. Got to know her much better. Visiting you in Fort Dix was a regular occurrence, and it was a lot of fun usually. Going to Casa Molina many times with you and many times with the families were also great. I remember getting lox and bagels at Tabachnik's Benash. Watching you sitting on the back stairs at 103, grating horseradish and crying was a ritual of Passover at 103. And also visiting you in the cellar there. You must have had a liking for cellars because I remember that it was either Syracuse or Buffalo. You also found a cellar apartment. We shared many simchas in New Jersey, Buffalo, Tucson, and Connecticut, and some sad moments. Both Joe and Steve were scared at their B'nai Mitzvot, reading their portions of the Haftorah and Torah because Uncle Dave was following and watching, and they might make a mistake. Your stories about Joe Bananas were great, yes, but sometimes man disposes. And that was a nice floral piece he sent. It was fit for a Kentucky Derby winner. And one of the best visits was your surprise showing up for Ada's 70th birthday at the restaurant and stores. Our Crystal Line tour to Alaska was a high point. And speaking of high points, our bike ride down the mountain in Skagway, paralleling the 49ers Trail of Tears, was a lot of fun, but they made us go too slow. I love you, baby brother. Have a happy birthday and many more years. Bye.
Hi, Saba. Mazal Tov. Happy 89th birthday. I'm wishing you a year full of feeling good and loving the life, enjoying time with yourself, and getting to see family. I miss you a lot, and I hope you're staying sane in these corona times. And I'm sending you kisses and love and hugs from your one and only Wog.
Hello, David. It's Joanne, and I'm here in the senior
Retirement
housing
home.
place, and I'm enjoying it. I've made some good friends, and I want to wish you a happy birthday. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing well. Give love to your family, and we'll stay in touch.
Happy birthday! It's Dory behind the phone camera. Happy birthday! Bye!
First of all, congratulations, Mazel Tov, David, on your birthday. For many years of health and happiness. Betty, Joy, and I consider David a good friend. He was an outstanding president of the synagogue for many, many years. And we worked together a little over 20 years, I think, when he was ritual chairman and I was the rabbi of the congregation. He always felt that things should be decided by the rabbi, and I couldn't disagree with that. He was very knowledgeable as to leading services. He the synagogue, and they would say, "Can somebody lead the mincha service?" And he could do it right off the bat. He remembered, he said, as a child, going to services with his father of blessed memory, and he acquired many skills just going to his father's synagogue and being with his father. I had something written here, and I misplaced it. There was David went with me on our first congregational Israel trip. I had a feeling that he went because he was the president, and he felt a responsibility to go. It's a great trip. It really was a great trip. And I know it was the first of many trips with his family to Israel. David was very good at telling jokes and stories. I remember one time we were in Israel together, and I was very tired, and a number of things came up on the trip, and I went back to my room. I was no longer there for 5 minutes. Then David calls up and says, David Vactor and I are waiting for you to start telling jokes. So, boom. I got dressed, went down to the hotel, and we started telling jokes. I cannot believe it. We told for hour after hour. Both of us had a great time. And that's one of the nice things about David, that he always had a story to break the ice if it was necessary, whether it was in the synagogue, on a trip, or wherever. I want to wish David a happy, healthy birthday and a great year. Mazal Tov. Shabbat Shalom.
David, happy birthday. We're so proud to celebrate with you. We wish you the best health and happiness always.
And hope you remember all of your times in Buffalo, all of our times in Arizona, and we hope that we'll have times to come. We love you all, and nothing is more important than family. Be happy, be healthy, and celebrate a life of love. And just know that we're thinking of you today as we think of you often. Sending love, Lana and Howie.
Well, happy birthday. Excuse the shirt. I know that you're happy, Doc. Grumpy? What can I say? So what is 89 besides being very special for you? Well, 89 is the 24th prime number, following 83 and preceding 97. It is the atomic number of actinium, which is silvery radioactive material. It's the largest number of verses in a chapter of a book of the Bible, other than the book of Psalms. Numbers chapter 7 has 89 verses, and believe it or not, it's one of the words censored by the Chinese internet. Why? I have no idea, but that's what Dr. Rabbi Google says. So that's what we have to believe. Meanwhile, what is 89 when it comes to our favorite Dr. Ben Asher? Well, there are two words, the gematria of which add up to 89. One is dafha, which is to strike or push against. The other is demama, silence, stillness, a calm. And in many ways, I think that's a good description of you. Standing up, standing out, doing what needs to be done, but always for the sake of making the world a little bit calmer, a little bit better place. Another word is hayid, which means to testify or bear witness. And your presence in our community, in the synagogue, in our community, standing up for what's good so that the world can be a better place. You do testify and bear witness to many good things, and your presence has made an impact, which is also the gematria for Natal, which means to take up, raise, or hoist. And you have been actively engaged. You've lifted up the burden of leadership. You've been a presence. You led the ritual committee for how many years? You were president of the congregation. Never afraid to pick up a cause, take it up, raise it up, and make a point. As I have observed you over these past 21 years, I've noticed three principles at the heart and core of who and what you are. One is family, one is your faith, and the other is what I'll call fortitude. That is your activity as a physician. Don't take this the wrong way. You'll get the cultural reference. I'm not sure everyone will, but I always thought it was sort of a Marcus Welby, a real physician, not a doctor, not someone pushing paper, but someone who cared about their patients, there for their patients, and wanting to make sure the patients were whole in body and mind. So what can we say about David Ben Asher as he celebrates his 89th birthday? Well, let me quote from your favorite philosopher, Rabbi Yogi Berra. Just remember, it ain't over till it's over. But at the same time, you've got to be very careful if you don't know where you're going, because you might not get there. Because you have to remember, the future ain't what it used to be. And perhaps that adage which reflects both you and me, I never said most of the things I said. One of the things I will say, though, is happy birthday to 120 in a couple more days in good health. We love you. Happy birthday.